On my first morning at Greer, a state home for children, a girl named Trina smacks my face, knocking my glasses onto the grass. I'm following my new housemates along a path that leads to the schoolhouse when Trina turns to confront me. "Why'd you take my book?" she demands. "It wasn't your book," I say. I'm determined not to show my fear. We've already had this exchange 3 or 4 times since my arrival yesterday. "I told you it was my book," Trina insists. "I found it under the couch," I say, refusing to turn and look at Trina, whose face is about 6 inches from mine. That's when she smacks me in the face with her open palm, and my glasses fly off my face and onto the grass alongside the path. I bend down to retrieve them, feeling my face get hot and my eyes start to water. But I clamp down on the tears because I am not going to show my feelings. "See, that's what you get," Trina taunts. I stay silent and continue walking. Later, sitting on my bed, Shelley laughs her big-bodied laugh that helps warm my chilled insides. Shelley says, "Trina thinks she bad." Her voice is dismissive, implying that Trina might not be a person to be feared after all. There's also Missy, the joker, who always makes me laugh with her sly disrespect of Trina's alpha attitudes. And Jackie, a large, silent girl who one day attacks me for no reason that I can understand at the time. None of us want to be at Greer. We're all washed up here by different family shipwrecks. But I know my situation is different. My situation is temporary. That's what Aunt Peggy said on the day that she brought me and my brother to this place. "As soon as your mother is better," Peggy said. And I hold on to that promise as the rock-solid truth of my life. It's not that I've never seen Black girls from poor families before. My neighborhood at the north end of Central Park is very mixed, racially and economically. 1 block over from our pre-war doorman building on Central Park West, the Frederick Douglass housing project stretches across an entire avenue and 4 blocks from 100th to 104th Street. Those projects are occupied by low-income Black and Puerto Rican families. I learned very early on that those blocks and those people are to be avoided. Those people. Everything about my upbringing teaches me that I am a kind person who lives in a culturally inclusive world. Yet, I'd see these loud, gum-snapping girls, wiry or overweight and poorly dressed, on the streets and the supermarkets that we share, and I'd feel this immediate judgment of their English filled with dats and does in place of crisp T and TH sounds, or the grinding down of the 2-syllabic asked to a monosyllabic axed. I feel an immediate judgment of their speech, their bargain basement clothing, and their behavior, and I know for sure that we have nothing in common. But now I'm living with those girls, those people, sporting my own bundle of bargain basement clothes, drab clothes made from poor material. All recognizable markers of my former identity are gone. The places, the people, and the food, all gone. On my first night at Greer, they served pickled pig's feet in the dining hall where the whole school gathers for dinner. I'm thoroughly disgusted. A couple months earlier, I was ordering my dinner from the menu at my family's restaurant in the Poconos. Pork chops and mashed potatoes with gravy, and South African lobster tails broiled in butter were my favorites. One week, I ate lobster tails for 5 days straight, until the cook told on me, and I was banned from eating that dish again. I'd heard about pig's feet, but never expected to confront one on my plate. It's good, Shelley insists. So I try it, and I'm disgusted all over again. The slick, greasy meat only compounds my feeling that we are all throwaway children eating throwaway food. I spend 10 months swimming in this sea of not belonging, claimed only by the state and its employees. 10 months is a long time when you're 9 years old. It's more than 1/10 of your whole life. Gradually, my ideas about the differences separating me from the girls in my house dissolve into an awareness of the sameness of our daily routines. Breakfast at the round white table in our kitchen, getting dressed for school, walking the path to school each morning, returning home in the afternoon to homework, dinner, and at the end of the evening, everyone gathered around the TV. Everyone except for me. I'm alone in the single room that the house mother has assigned me, hidden inside my books. Until one night, one of the girls sticks her head in my room and asks if she can do my hair. At the start of 4th grade, I convinced my mother to let my hair grow long, and she began a daily regimen of hard brush strokes back from the hairline, training my curls to lie down. The daily brushing, combined with generous amounts of a white cream called Vitapoint, worked, and my curls grew into long, flyaway strands of hair that were provisionally well-behaved. By now, it's been a couple months since my hair has been properly brushed or combed. I have a bad habit of only brushing the topmost layer, ignoring the thick mass of hair beneath. One morning, I'm trying to comb my hair out, and the comb gets completely stuck. I try yanking it, but it won't budge. It's trapped inside the bird's nest that is my hair. I fly into a rage, ripping at the comb, ripping at my hair to get the comb out. The girl standing next to me at the bathroom mirror tells me to calm down, that she will help me get the comb out. And she does, easing it through the tangled plaits of my hair with a patience that I don't possess. That night, when Phyllis sticks her head in my doorway and asks if she can do my hair, I am beyond grateful. I join the other girls in my house in front of the TV, and for the first time, sitting at Phyllis's feet as she untangles the knots and clumps of matted hair, working in grease, smoothing my hair into the soft strands that she weaves into a neat lattice work of cornrow braids. It's a masterwork that everyone crowds around to admire. The next morning, I ask Phyllis to take the braids out because they're giving me a headache. She looks at me for a moment, saying nothing. I can see that she isn't happy. But she agrees. That night, I'm back at Phyllis's feet as she carefully unweaves the cornrow and combs out my hair, which now lies in soft, obedient strands that she wraps around several large curlers that I have to sleep on overnight. The next morning, Phyllis arranges my hair in Shirley Temple ringlets that I now have to wear to school. I know better than to complain a second time. but I feel pretty stupid. Still, it's nice to feel my hair all bouncy and soft. I never have to do my hair again after that first night of the braids. Everyone wants to try out different hairstyles on my malleable hair. I'm grateful for all this expert attention to my hair, and also, although I don't admit it to myself at the time, I'm grateful for having a simple way of being connected to the girls in my house. When I tell people about my experience at Greer, they usually say, "I'm sorry you had to go through that." But I'm not. I'm profoundly grateful. I spent a year as an orphan living in a state-run home with black girls I never would have known or been able to imagine in my previous life as a well-loved, well-fed, well-dressed child riding in a private school bus to a private school with other kids like me. Before this, my own racism had been invisible to me. This was the first time I really saw my othering of people. I will always feel profoundly grateful for Trina, Missy, Phyllis, and especially Shelley. They showed me something important about the world and something important about myself that I needed to know.